So with our completed worm bin now, we got our worms all weighed out. It's going to be more than an ounce. It's kind of hard to weigh because we have the vermicast with it, so it weighed a little bit over, but we'll give or take, it doesn't matter too much. For the bedding, we really like using this coconut stuff. You do have to buy it in a store, unfortunately, but it holds all the moisture in, creates a really good little environment for the worms to start off. Along with that, if you're looking for a cheaper approach, we have the newspaper grass, as we call it. It's the shreddings. You don't want to use just whole newspaper because then it clumps and then it sticks to the bottom of your bin, causes a lot of problems. So to make sure it's the grass type. As far as what the whole purpose of the worm bin, you're going to want to throw garbage or kitchen scraps or organic waste, as we call it. And as a little present, we got an avocado shell for him. So we'll start tossing all that stuff in there. Then you can stop it. So I'm going to start first with the coconut husk. Comes in a brick like this, but all you have to do is just water it down a bit, and you can break it down pretty easy. Make sure that's the fluffy kind. You don't want it to be, once again, sticking in any of your drainage holes. So that's why I put the coconut husk first down instead of the newspaper, because sometimes the newspaper will clump regardless.
Of how thinly shredded.
So got a good base going. Stuff is usually around $5 at the store. If you buy them online, you can get it a little cheaper. So make it nice and even. Make sure all the big clumps are out of there. And we got our first layer. Sprinkling on a nice light layer of newspaper shreddings as well. Make sure that it's not just stuffed in there, but it's nice and gently laid on top. This is, it creates a lot of airways for the worms. But it also, it's an aerobic process. So air needs to be constantly exchanged throughout. So this is a good, it elevates your bin. All you got to do is put some kitchen scraps on top. And then I'm going to start my worms off right over here on the side. So, right. So I usually put, the newspaper or the worms in the coconut husk at first. Woo, look at those bad boys. So tons of worms right there. Tons of them. Yeah, and leave them a little banana peel right here. Oh, of course, and our little present for them, the avocado. They love avocados. When we harvested it, all we found were a bunch of shells, but no traces of the avocado. Alright, and that's our worm bin for you folks. We got the nice good layers. From here you just want to top it and keep putting extra kitchen scraps in there. If it ever smells, that means you're putting too much. Your worms got to keep up, so just make sure that you record it and that you do record keeping, because it's important to know how many worms you started with and how many you finish with. But it's an amazing experience, and as a gardener, it's really beneficial. You just you make a resource out of your trash. How amazing is that? But thank you for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and until then, aloha.